Hi everyone, it's Kev's Magpie's YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video will be previewing our qualifying final match against Adelaide Crows at the Adelaide Oval. If you are watching Kev's Magpies, welcome, like, comment, share. If you're new to the channel, watch this for the first time, like, comment, share, and subscribe. This reminds me of a qualifying final back in 2002 where nobody gave us a chance to win. This certainly does remind me of that, and also the 2020 elimination final. The fact that nobody gave us a chance and we managed to win it. So, I think for me, and there's chances are that Mason Cox will play, Daniel McSay, and definitely no Bobby Hill this week. According to what Craig Kelly said. But I do want to go through this for you guys as well, and so you guys know the difference in the way that the teams are, because the average points score is 99 points per game to 86.8, but defensively it's 71.7 to 70.7. So by this, the average points score, they're scoring more than what we are. But having said that, if you look at the premiership window in best six top for attack and defense, hasn't been the case. They are probably in defense but not in the offense. Same thing with us. So we're very good defensively, but we're not very good in scoring. So we have this average age is 24 to 25, 79 to 109 games average. Average height is 189 centimeters. Disposals averages is 352 to 351, 222 to 205, 130 to 146 handballs, 54-53 inside 50, 71% to 72% disposal efficiency. 27% from 15 goals from 54 inside 50 to 23%, 12 goals from 53 inside 50s. Average free kicks is 22 to 19. Average hit-outs 47 to 36. Clearances 39 to 36, 12 to 11. Clearances and stoppage clearances averages is 27 to 25. But 139 to 127, 204 to 214 uncontested possessions, 67-62 turnovers, and 71-67 intercepts as well. Adelaide's best 22 is 4,598. They predicted 22 is 4,598. Our best 22 is 4,532, and our predicted 22 is 4,708 as well. Average marks is 89 to 80, 12 to 13 marks inside 50 in favour of us. Contested marks 11 to 10. Tackles 65 apiece. Tackles in the 450, 10 to the Crows, 13 to Collingwood, 5 apiece in the bounces, and 1% is 44 each. 71 interchanges, 69 as well. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing the finals t-shirt that the club has released, but I want to talk about how we can beat Adelaide. So, when you look at our ball movement against Adelaide Crows back in round 23, it was a massive game, right? We all knew how our first quarter was. We lowered our ice when we went forward, and we really got to that attacking minds when we went for the corridor. Since then, we made it a struggle. After that, Adelaide dominated in the second quarter, and therefore the third quarter was an arms stretch after halftime. Like, it was a real tight struggle. But the ways that we need to beat Adelaide is obviously our ball movement, right? We need to attack within speed. We need to really lower our ice when we go forward, and we need to make sure that we're hitting our options all the time. Less bombing, which means it gives us a chance. And Mason Cox is there. He gives you that target we can keep the ball long to, but also can give you a chance to take the mark, and if he doesn't mark it, he'll bring the ball to the ground as well. So by going by that, that's what we need to do. So specifically on that, that's the number one thing that we need to do. Number two is less bombing. Now, less bombing is, I don't want us to bomb the ball too much. I think at times we're going to have to go long down the line, but I think at times we need to switch the ball and add the short kicks, get that uncontested marks going, and really look forward to attack that way as much as we possibly can. We don't want to let Adelaide to do anything that we should not let them do, but the fact is that when we're attacking, we're in much better form as well. The third thing I want to point out, and this is before I do the top 5 as well, is obviously our pressure. We need our pressure rating up to 200 maximum over 200 for each of the 4 quarters. Now, we need to put scoreboard pressure on the Adelaide Crows. We can't afford to let Adelaide kick 4 or 5 goals in a second quarter if we jump them again. We have to really pressure them to a point where we might need to adapt a little bit. Let's slow the game down a little bit. Let's start getting uncontested marks as well, and then start killing time off the clock. And therefore we can go get that handballing game going, get that short kick in 45 angle as well. It's the only way we got a chance to really win this game as well. So that's what we need to do, and I'm definitely will be streaming this as well. And now it's a time for us to really prove that as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, that's a big difference. Finals experience. Now, Collingwood have got a lot of finals experience compared to Adelaide. Now, compared to Adelaide's list, right? When you go into the lineups, right, the only ones that's got finals experience is Taylor Walker. You got Alex Neil-Bullen. Pretty sure Riley O'Brien would have played, and maybe Berry potentially would have played. We know Brody Smith will play, has got that finals experience, but compared to Collingwood, where you got McCurry, Mychek, Elliott, Sullivan, Membry when he played for 2023, DeGoey, Houston as well, Chris Sidebottom, Quainer, Josh Dacos, Perryman to a certain extent as well, Frampton, Moore, Maynard, Mitchell, Cox, Markov, Ned Long hasn't, Lipinski has, McStay has, Parker definitely hasn't, Cameron has, Pendlebury has, Nick Dacos has. So, and really, if you want to go back to it, Howard does as well. Obviously, he's out. But having said that too, finals experience is everything, because what this does tell you is that it stands up in finals more than anything else. Our game plan stands up in finals. Adelaide's game plan with their forward line, it doesn't stand up. That's the only issue, that question marks that need to be asked. And I'll tell you one thing, had we had Howe there, had we had Frampton and Darcy Moore, it's a different story. Then we don't need Will Hoskin Elliott. But having said that too, our game plan stacks up in finals. Jack Christie's the second Raiders play ratings for the finals. Alright, that's exactly what he does. He's behind Dustin Martin, he's number 1. So he knows what it's like. He's won that premiership. He plays well in big finals. Adelaide don't have that type of player that can do that because they haven't played finals yet. Like I said, teams have got that finals experience. Alright, we know that the Western Bulldogs game plan, it doesn't stack up in finals. Why? Because really, they're 15-18 and they try and win the flag outside that top 4. They don't pride themselves like a Collingwood, the Geelongs, the Brisbanes, that sort of thing. The Western Bulldogs aren't like that. Gold Coast, this is their first finals experience. Nobles had it. Daniel Rioli's had it for Richmond. So again, that's the difference. Most of these teams now that haven't had that finals experience will get to experience it for the first time. The teams have had that finals experience, like your Fremantle Dockers back in 2022, like your Giants, GWS, like your Hawthorns 2024 as well. Collingwood from 2020, 2022, 23 as well, 2019, 2018, and that sort of thing. And you got Geelong like 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018 as well, 2017, particular 2016, these sorts of finals experiences. Even 2024 they were too. So they've had this experience, they know what it's like. The thing is that if you can't stand up to the pressure of playing finals football, this is where it's going to come down to. So again, this is why it's so important to make sure that you get that finals experience as well. Alright, without further ado, I want to get through my top 5. And number 5 for me is pretty much our offense. Our offense has to be perfect. We don't want to bomb too much. I want us to lower our eyes when we go forward and check to see where we're at as a team. We do not want to let these guys to get back and make it a tough, long down the line, slow type of game style. It's okay if we do that a couple times, but there are going to be times where we need to attack. We need to find other ways to get that 45-degree kick as well. The more that we do that with our offense, the better it is. Number 4 is, for me, is our defense. Our defense must stand up. I want to see pressure, everybody putting that pressure on and keeping that ball in our forward 50 and really getting repeat stoppages and repeat entries. But also the fact is that now is a chance to really attack the Adelaide Crows, put them under a lot of pressure, force the mistakes, force a hack kick that goes out in the full, force a hack kick that gets marked and a shot at goal as well. That's what we need to do to come up into finals as well. Number 3 is our midfield. Look, our midfield needs to get on top of Adelaide's midfield. I don't think we'll tag, but I think you can have a run row. And I know that teams don't tag in finals because, again, it does hurt your structure a little bit, but you often do know that our midfield must get on top of Adelaide's midfield, and it's more experience against the Adelaide midfield in finals. We know Riley O'Brien's son as a player, played in the grand final in 2017, hasn't done it since. So this is why you have to have finals experience. Again, this is the concern that you got. Number 2 is playing well for long enough. Now, what I mean by that is that we need to make sure that when we get a lead, we need to go on with it, and we need to make sure that there's nothing there for the Adelaide Crows to come back. Let's not take the foot off the throat. If we get a lead, let's go out there and kill them. Let's smash them. Let's put them into submission. Let's pressure them into submission to the point where coming out to hurt them, knowing that shit, we're the big boys, we've done this before, we know how we need to play finals football, let's show them what we're doing. But now it's a chance to really sense that. Number 1 is game plan and tactics. Now I think this is an opportunity for us to attack the Adelaide Crows in the first bit, and then therefore you can see where we're at as a football club. So we need to put pressure on the Adelaide Crows, put some scoreboard pressure on. We need to take our chances in front of goal. Can't afford inaccurate kicking in front of goal. We need to come out and really play well. Tactically, no rankings, but I get Darcy Cameron and I get Mason Cox. Now, I think Mason Cox will play still, but I definitely will get him to make sure that you get back and take intercept marks, but have Mason Cox there as a target where you can kick a few goals as well, take a few good marks, and obviously get the crumbs as well. Bo McCreary is going to come in that tackling pressure like Lockie Schultz does. They both do a good job with the tackling pressure, but we know that Bowman Creary is capable of getting his 12, 15 disposals per game as well. Tipped Collingwood by 5 points. Now, I will not be surprised if we smash Adelaide, but I'm going to stick by Collingwood by 5 points for now. So, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to drop a like or drop a sub.